Hi guys! Today I am finally getting around to doing my September wrap-up. I, again, read a whole bunch in September, so we should probably just go ahead and get going. First book I finished in September was Vow of Justice, which is the last book in the Blue Justice series by Lynette Eason. I read the rest of this series in August for the Keep Me in Suspense readathon, and so I just finished it up then. I gave it 4 stars, enjoyed it. I put in my review, I did guess the bad guy, but I definitely did not guess why he was doing what he was doing. Okay. Next, I finished The Inn at Ocean's Edge by Colleen Coble. I only gave this one 3 stars. I started reading it physically from my library, but then I finished it on audiobook because it just was not holding my attention. I guessed the big twist pretty early, at least most of it. It wasn't very gripping, but I did want to finish it, but I have no desire to continue on in the series. And usually I have to finish series. Like, that's kind of who I am. I just kind of have to finish a series. So for me not to want to do that kind of says how little I enjoyed it. All right, then I read, the next books 2 and 3 in the Dive Team Investigation series by Lynn H. Blackburn. Gave them both 4 stars. In Too Deep was book 2, and One Final Breath is book 3. I think In Too Deep was probably my favorite of the series. I really enjoyed it. And the main character couple was really precious. Let's see. Then I read the Uncommon Justice series by Elizabeth Goddard. Let's see. I think I gave them all 4 stars. Yes, I did. So, let's see. This is another Christian romantic suspense series. I was just sort of on a kick at the end of August and the beginning of September because of the Keep Me in Suspense readathon in August. I was just sort of on a suspense kick, and so I just kept reading them. Let's see. So yeah, Never Let Go was book 1 of the Uncommon Justice series. Let's see, this was a second chance romance, and about forensic genealogy, which is really cool. That was a really fascinating topic. Book 2 was also kind of second chance romance, actually. It did have that silly trope of they both think they're too broken to deserve each other, which I kind of always want to smack somebody over the head when they say that. Like, just stop. Just stop it. Especially if you're claiming to be Christian. Like, what are you doing? Why are you thinking this? And then book 3 was also kind of second chance romance. So that kind of this whole series was second chance romance. So if you don't like it, not fully, but like some of them, they knew each other as kids and then they had been separated for a while. But that was book 2. But books 1 and 3 were definitely kind of second chance romance. Yeah, I think my favorite of that series was probably book 1. Or book 2. Book 2 was pretty good too. I don't fully remember. But being set in, was it Wyoming? I think it was Wyoming, being set on the ranch. Like they were both set on ranch. All of them being set on a ranch was a really cool, different setting from romantic suspense. So that was neat. See, next I read Aftermath by Terry Blackstock. Gave it 4 stars, which was, this was about the aftermath of a bombing at a concert that's / political rally. Like, it was a political rally that had a band singing at it. And let's see, it's about, so there's 3 points of view. One is a teenager who survived the terrorist attack, and then one is the guy who's being framed for it, and then the third one is his lawyer who knew him as kids. It was a pretty fun book. I enjoyed it. Let's see. Okay, next I read the Hidden Identity series by Lynette Eason. First book is No One to Trust. It was really cool that the main characters were a married couple, because that almost never happens. It was nice to watch them reconcile. I did get a little frustrated with the main character. So what happened was, the guy is in witness protection. He did not tell his wife this because he couldn't tell anybody. And then the people that he is being a witness against find them, and bad things happen, and they have to go on the run. So I thought that was a really cool premise. I really enjoyed it. I did want to smack Summer because she was just being dumb. Like, I get that she felt a little betrayed, but I mean, she should have. I feel like she should have come to the conclusion that, oh wait, like she should have at least listened to him. She never listened to him. It took forever for her to listen, and that got frustrating. And then I read book 2, Nowhere to Turn. Oh, this one was really sweet because it had uh, the main character is a widow, and she's trying to protect her son from lots of people. But like just having the son was really a really nice twist. And he was deaf, if I remember right, or at least partially deaf. Oh no, I lost it. Where'd it go? There we go. Okay. And then book 3 also had a precious child, which if your book has a precious child, it's definitely going up in my rankings. Another terrorist plot. This one, though, is somebody is falsely accused of it, and a girl who was his friend years ago shows up and it helps him escape from the people who are trying to arrest him and who are framing him. I also read, where'd it go? Ring of Secrets, or the whole Culper Ring series by Rosanna M. White. Did I read all of that this month? I think I did. We'll see. I know I read books 1 and 2 in September. I'm not sure about book 3. We'll see. The Ring of Secrets book 1 is set during the Revolutionary War. This is historical romantic suspense, which was really great. Basically, it's about the Culper Ring in the Revolutionary War, which is like George Washington's spies. It was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. I did just give it 4 stars. And that twist, I did not see that coming. It was really exciting. I was very happy. Let me see which other ones. It's book 2. That one. Nope. Okay. Yeah. So book 2 of the Culper Ring is set during the War of 1812, and it's the son of the main characters of book 1, and it's also Christian historical romantic suspense. And I want more historical romantic suspense. Is that a thing? If you know of more Christian historical romantic suspense, let me know, because I love historical and I've discovered I love romantic suspense. So like if I can get them both in one package, that would be great. So let me know any more besides this series. But yeah, this one was great. That one was great also. And then let me see. Did I read? Oh, yep, I did. Okay. And then book 3 was set during the Civil War with the granddaughter of book 2's characters. Yeah. And this one was a little more frustrating. I did give them all 4 stars, but this one, the main character was just kind of the worst. But she did change very quickly. I appreciated that her arc happened early on. Yeah. But I think my favorite was definitely book 1. Definitely book 1 was my favorite. Then I read the Elite Guardian series by Lynette Eason. Always Watching is book 1, and I think I gave all of these 4 stars as well. This one was about a radio DJ who has a stalker, and he hires this actually it's his dad hires this bodyguard agency to keep him safe. He has a daughter also, and so they're trying to protect him. And this bodyguard agency is all women, and I'm not... Can I just say I don't understand that? Like, why is there a bodyguard agency of only women? Because it's just a biological fact. Women cannot handle themselves. Like, 99% of women lose in fights against 99% of men. Like, there is the 1% of each case. Like, yes, Gina Carano could beat up pretty much any man. But she is, like, the 1% of 1%. Like, that is just not, normal. Also, this had a cut off Taking God's Name in Vain, which I was really weirded out by. This is a Christian book, but I did very much enjoy it. I guess it could have been the Oh My GOSH and not the actual Taking of God's Name in Vain, but still, I don't like that either. Alright, then I read book 2, Always Watching. I guess the villain on this one. This one was about another one of the guardian, or the bodyguards in the agency, and she and the owner, like, she knows his niece, I think, based on, like, doing a self-defense class. And she tries to obviously keep him safe. That's sort of the whole thing. That's kind of the point of bodyguards, isn't it? All right, book 3 was Moving Target. And see, this one was about another one of the bodyguards plus a police officer who's been a recurring character. And it was nice to finally see these two get over themselves and get together. Because they'd been kind of having chemistry the whole time. The beginning of this one was very much like the short story. I guess kind of spoilers. This is in the summary, so I don't guess it's spoilers. But if you don't want to hear anything about what the book is about, maybe skip this. But spoilers. It reminded me of, I think it's The Most Deadly Game or something. The Most Dangerous Game. That's it. The Most Dangerous Game short story. Very much. It's about like a guy that wants to hunt humans because he's tired of other game. That's the short story. I don't think the point in this one was quite the same, but still, it got a little creepy at the beginning. It actually got a little creepy the whole way through, actually, now that I think about it. Alright, but I still very much enjoyed it. Alright, book 4. Chasing Secrets was the last one. Okay, first of all, I listened to all these on audiobook, and I loved that. The main character is Irish, and the accent was great. It was so much fun. Let's see. The main character fled from Ireland. I think it's sort of during the Troubles, I think, like in like the 90s-ish, 80s, 90s. I think it was 90s. I'm not positive about that, though, when she fled. But anyway, she came to America, and she is basically people in Ireland who want her dead discover she is actually not. And then she meets a new police detective, and they hit it off. And then also there's this side plot with her and these two kids that she meets who are, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, they don't have the best home life. Their mom is great, but like they don't have dads, or their dad is not in the picture. I don't remember if he died or if he just left. I don't remember. But anyway, that was so sweet. I loved that her helping these kids who have nothing. That was so sweet. I loved it. I also read Protecting Tanner Hollow, 4 novellas by Lynette Eason. These were good. I gave it 4 stars. They were all pretty unique, which was great, because, like I said, all the romantic suspense kind of started seeming similar. Probably shouldn't have read this much back to back, but whatever, I did. Okay, then possibly my favorite book of the month. I'm not really sure, because I have two books that compete for that. I read In This Moment by Gabrielle Meyer. Oh my goodness, so good. I loved it even more than book 1. And if you had issues with the main content thing in book 1, like the main issue that... if you've read it, you know. If you haven't read it, there's pretty sure most reviews for book 1, which is When the Day Comes, will tell you, mention like what this is. This did not have that, so I was very pleased. Let's see. I loved the main character, loved her so much, and I loved how similar she was in every timeline, like how she was trying to be very much the same girl in all 3 timelines. That was great. The 3 timelines was so unique. Okay. In each timeline, she has a love interest. This is kind of spoilers, kind of not. No, not really. So, the 2 of the 3 love interests, I won't tell you which 2, I couldn't stand. They were awful. Was I supposed to like them? Was I supposed to like all 3 love interests? Like, I liked one of them, one of the love interests. If you've read the book, you know exactly who I'm talking about. At least you should. If you don't, leave a comment and I'll tell you. But I liked one of the love interests, great. The other 2, though, were horrible. And I don't understand. Was I supposed to like them? Anyway. Let's see. Yeah, so see my review for more thoughts. I do have a few more spoilers in the review. So yeah. Let's see. I also did read book 3. What's it called? For a Lifetime? Is For a Lifetime book 3? Is that that's not the one I just talked about, is it? Yeah. So I read, For a Lifetime, also 5 stars, loved it, loved the twin stuff. I did guess which timeline they were each going to wind up in, but honestly, like, That's, again, it's sort of basic narrative structure. Yeah, and I cannot wait for book 4. Like based on the snippet at the end of book three. Yes, book 4. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be so great. Okay, then I read the first 2 books in the Elite Guardians collection. This is like a spin-off of that bodyguard series I just talked about, which is more bodyguards that have been recruited. Book 1 is by Kate Angelo, and I gave it a 3.5. It was really cool that this one had a guy with a military working dog. That was so cool. Interesting plot here. Let's see. The main male character was kind of a jerk to the main female character, and I wish he would have apologized, but it's fine, I guess. Whatever. But yeah. Did not love this as much as the Lynette Eason ones. Book 2 was by Impending Strike by Sammy A. Abrams. Again, these two characters had actually been showing up recurringly through the original series, so it was nice to see their story. See. And yeah, enjoyed those. Next, I read The Thief of Lanwin Manor by Sarah E. Ladd. And see, just a nice, fun Regency, clean historical. I don't think there was much Christian content, but yeah. And then same, I read book 3, The Light at Wincliffe. Again, same, just enjoyed it. Really fun read. Great characters as well. Okay. Now, I have an unpopular opinion on Booktube, Christian Booktube. And that is with Submerged by Danny Petrie. Okay, so I gave this 2 stars. I'm sorry. I know so many people love this. Let me explain. Yeah, let me explain. So, I enjoyed the plot. It was a little slow for me, so it wasn't the best, but I just the way that Bailey in high school was looking for love in all the wrong places, shall we say, to use a corny turn of phrase. And she had a nickname that I consider to be kind of vulgar. That was given in this book. Like, you could have hinted at that without actually saying what it was. And then, I don't know, just the entire book is she's basically fighting against that reputation that she used to have as a high schooler, which, yeah, okay, fine. Like, that's a decent enough plot, I guess, but again, there's so many suggestive comments made about her by the men of not the main male character, like the guy that is her love interest. He doesn't make those comments. But all the other guys in town do, because they remember her when she was a teenager and when she was, not a Christian. And then the other problem that I had with this book was twice, one guy who was a Christian and another guy who I'm pretty sure was a Christian described girls as being very attractive in a way that I don't like to say, because I know that I have a young girl watching and I don't want to say that word where she can hear me. It's not a curse word or anything. It's a word that Christians shouldn't be using. I have it in my Goodreads review, so go look at that if you want to. But I didn't love it. I'm not going to read the rest of the series. I'm probably not going to read any more Danny Petrie just because I was like so disappointed by the content in this one. If you've read other books and the content is not nearly as bad, let me know. I guess I might give her another try. Especially like a different series. I don't want to try this series again. It wasn't interesting enough to me. The Alaska setting is just not my favorite. But yeah, like I said, the plot line with like the archaeology stuff, like that was really cool. But again, I couldn't justify giving it higher than 2 stars just because I was so disappointed in a Christian book having that content in it. And I know there are some people who agree with me, and that's great. And I know there are some people who will disagree and say, well, I didn't think it was that bad. Okay, fine, whatever. Your convictions. For me, I don't like seeing those words that were used. And the one was in a negative way, like was said like this was not a good thing. The other one, it was fine. Like I could go on a rant probably, but we'll just move on. Definitely going to be unhauling this book. I bought it at the library use book sale, so at least I only paid like $1 or $2 for it. So at least there's that. Let's see. Next, I read The Letter from Briarton Park by Sarah E. Ladd. I read all 3 of the Houses of Yorkshire series in this month as well. How close are we to the end? Oh, yeah. Okay. I need to speed this up. So, 4 stars first. I gave this one 3 stars. I enjoyed it a lot. I loved the storyline. It was really fun. Loved the main character. But I took off a full star because spoilers, 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 spoilers. I'm sick of the preacher being evil. I hate it. It's a terrible trope. I am over it. You'll see another video coming up soon talking about this. But I am just tired of that trope. And I want it to die a very terrible, slow, painful death, please. Can we just kill that trope? Kill it dead. Especially in Christian books. Can we kill that trope dead? Please. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. I enjoyed book 2 a lot more. Let me find book 2. I had to wait for a hold of the library, so it took me a while to get it. Okay, book 2 I really enjoyed. Book 2 was a mother and her husband dies, and she and her son are trying to hide from people who wish them harm. So as a mother, I loved that. I loved Charlotte's relationship with Henry and just everything about that. I would like to punch her dead husband, please. Can we arrange that, please? I would love to do that. And let's see. Then I read book 3, gave it 4 stars as well. The Antiquities. This one was about Antiquities, which is really cool. I really enjoyed that. So yeah, just book 1 was really disappointing, and I hate that trope. I hate it with a fiery passion. If I become known on Booktube as the Narnia book girl who also hates the evil preacher trope, I would be very happy. I would love it if that was my reputation. I think I've already succeeded in the Narnia half, so now I just need to make sure everybody knows how much I hate the evil preacher trope, because it's a lot. It's a lot. I hate that trope a lot. Okay, then I read a 5-star book, which was The Librarian of Boone's Hollow by Kim Vogel-Sawyer. I knew about this book thanks to the one I always associate with loving it is Lindsay from BFCG. I know there are other people who love it. I think Amanda from Book Lover Amanda likes it as well, but Lindsay is the one who I think of as loving this book. And oh my goodness, I loved it so much. This one actually maybe convinced me that, I think so far I am slowly being convinced that maybe I don't dislike books set in America, other than the American Revolution. More recently than the Civil War, I thought I didn't like books set then. Maybe I do. Maybe I like historical fiction set in other time periods. Anyway, I love this book. Everybody was so wonderful. All the characters. Storyline was great. Yeah, just everything good to say about this book. I don't think I had anything bad to say. I loved it. I loved it very much. Okay, then I read with my friend Shannon over at Old American Spirit. If I say I've read something with Shannon, it's probably going to be American Girl at this point, right? And yeah, you're right. We read the Addie series. So we read Meet Addie, Addie Learns a Lesson, Addie's Surprise. Why am I having to look at these titles? Happy Birthday, Addie. Yes, I have a different edition of this one. I don't care. We've discussed how I don't care about that stuff. Addie Saves the Day and Changes for Addie. Why am I having to look at the book titles? I don't know, because they're all named the same in American Girl books. But anyway, Meet Addie, I gave 5 stars. The emotional depth of that story, despite the intended audience age range, was really, really incredible. Book 2 was good. I gave it 4 stars. I did not like the main, so this is sort of a spoiler, I guess, if you care. The main plot of this one wrapped around the betrayed good friend to try to befriend the mean girl trope, and I hate that trope. I hate it with a fiery passion. Again, not as fiery as my evil pastor hatred, but I do not like that trope either. So, yeah. I actually do have tropes I hate. I didn't think I did, but I'm starting to discover I do have some. Yeah, I maybe can make a video one day on tropes I hate, because, yeah, there are actually some that I don't like. Okay, book 3 I also gave 4 stars. The church was really important in this one, and that was so great. And I loved Addie's selflessness in this story as well. Book 4, it was great to see Addie and Papa hanging out so much. That was really sweet. I gave it 4 stars as well. 5, that's 6. Where's 5? Well, I guess I forgot to screenshot my review of 5. Book 5 is which one? Addie Saves the Day. Oh, yeah. So the ending of Addie Saves the Day was really great also. I think I gave this one 4 stars as well. And then Changes for Addie, I gave 4 stars. It was really sweet, but also really sad. It was a very sad ending to the story. With certain things. Obviously, ultimately it was a pretty happy ending, but there was just a few things that were very sad. Next, I read the Snap Agency series by Natalie Walters. Lights Out was book 1, and I really enjoyed this one. CIA analyst. She's trying to combat terrorism. There was a really cool cybersecurity plot in this one. This was really great. And then she meets this guy who works for a non-governmental agency, but like they kind of have government contracts because a foreign spy goes missing on American soil, and it's like, this is a problem. Yeah. So that was really fun. Gave it 4 stars. Fatal Code, book 2, I gave 4 stars as well. I loved Kakoa. He's wonderful. I loved him in book 1, and when I realized book 2 was about him, I was like, yes, so excited. Eleanor was also really sweet. I love that the third act breakup did not last long, and it was for an understandable reason, actually. And then there were some dark elements with the villain, though. Just, there were some things that he thought that were not good. Yeah. Let's see. And, like, just the plot about this one being, like, about the Los Alamos 5 and the nuclear stuff, that was really cool. Again, I was starting to appreciate different suspense books at this point, and yeah. And then Blind Trust is about Lila and Garcia, who've been a plot thread through the whole thing. It was great. 4 stars for this one. Great to finally see them. Again, I really like seeing the characters get over themselves and realize that they're in love. That's just wonderful. Because that needs to happen in a lot of books, actually. I also read Target Acquired, book 2 of the Lake City Heroes series by Lynette Eason. Let's see. I gave this one 4 stars. I put in my review. While I was pretty hesitant about a story about a girl in a SWAT team, especially since it seemed like from the summary that a lot of the conflict was hinged on that, I really appreciated that at least twice there were conversations about the fact that a girl cannot keep up with men physically. I put yes, 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 thank you. Because, yeah, I really hate that aspect of modern feminism that tries to tell women that we are just as equal or just as capable as men physically. We're not. Just, again, 99% of women cannot compete with 99% of men. That's just not a thing. Let's see. The past timeline was interesting, but I would have liked to have seen the resolution on page. I also loved Kinsey and Cole's relationship, and they were sweet and precious, and Cole's relationship with his niece was really sweet. Then I read Season of My Enemy by Naomi Mush. This is in the Heroines of World War II series. It does have a slow start, so I gave this one 4 stars. I had given the first 2 books that I read in this series 5 stars. This one just got 4, but still it was fun. Fun to see a, like, set on home front World War II stories. This is the one about the German prisoners of war helping out on farms in America. And yeah, it was just really sweet. I did like the complex conversations in this. Like, I really appreciate, I think, war stories. Not that don't have a clear good guy and bad guy, because this definitely did. Like, it was very clear Germany is the bad guy here. But war stories that deal with the complex issues of, yes, there are certain things that are being done wrong by, both sides, but one side is doing much worse things. But also there are good people who are on, like, it's just, who are, don't know these things. Like, most of the German soldiers didn't know about the Holocaust. I didn't know at least about everything with the Holocaust. I mean, everyone knew some things, but, it was not well known what was happening at Auschwitz and things. And I love, like, there was a plot thread of forgiveness in that was really great. So I love that kind of book with war stories. Especially, again, this one was, actually, World War II is not normally the one that I want that for. I want that for Civil War. Give me the Civil War with that complex backstory. But this was also, like, I didn't expect this to be in this book, but that was really great. Okay. I read A Lady at Willow Grove Hall, which is book 3 in the Whispers on the Moors trilogy. I enjoyed this one a lot more than book two. I think book 1 is still my favorite, but this one was really good too. Let's see. Cecily and Nathaniel were both great, and the Christian elements were great, especially since Ladd's books usually don't have any other than certain things that were discussed earlier. Yeah, so that I gave this one 4 stars. This one was really fun. So that was all. It's not the last book I read was actually one that I've already discussed, but yeah. So let me know what you read in September. What was your favorite book? And yeah. Do you have any tropes that you have discovered that you hate with a fiery passion? Because apparently I do. Yeah, and let me know if you hate the ones I hate as well. I would really love to hear that other people hate those that I hate. So hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Please like and subscribe, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.